If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question: how do you stay comfortable around people who dislike you? Answer by Natalie Dan. Story of my life. As an INTJ, I was always the weird kid growing up. I wasn't too concerned with social norms, buried myself in books and a thirst for knowledge, and was rather blunt. I was also very good at compositions, which made me seem like the teacher's pet, though I never sucked up to any teacher, so I was ostracized and bullied. I got pushed down a flight of stairs. I got my things stolen. I got false rumors spread about me. I got pushed, shoved, hit and slept with brooms and other objects, locked in the broom closet, and got my glasses broken. For the grand finale, I once got bullied so badly I got rushed to the nearest hospital for 30 stitches to sew up my gaping jaw. I didn't often have many full days of school because I would be sent home in the middle of the day with scraped, bleeding elbows and knees. It affected me and my self-confidence for quite a long time. I felt so ashamed and small, curled up in the front seat of my dad's car as he picked me up from school again after recess, watching as the yellow ointment dried on my bloody knees. I remember laying on the cold operating table, my form teacher holding my hand and telling me I could squeeze it if it hurt when they stitched me up. I was told I was useless, worthless, unlovable, should never have been born, that my dreams amounted to nothing. And for the longest time, I believed it. I had no backbone to stand up to others. I had no confidence. The bullying never truly stopped. As I grew older and progressed from kindergarten to college, it went from physical to emotional. Gone were the bruises and scrapes and wounds. Instead, I got ganged up upon so no one would group with me simply because people were jealous of my GPA. I got false rumors spread about me and terrible photos and videos secretly taken of me and blown up and placed on my desk. But somewhere along the line, I stopped giving a shit. Who said I was destined to be everybody's punching bag? The only person who could decide what I amount to is me. The only person who is going to lead my entire life, has 100% of my best interests in mind and can do something about it, is also me. People can only hurt you if you let them. Their words can only mean something to you if you let them. Nowadays, I twist these experiences and channel them as motivation to do better. The more someone wants to beat me down and watch me suffer, the more drive I have to succeed and prove them wrong. I was a rather poor student. I was originally bright, but my grades took a nosedive up till high school because I thought, what's the point of studying if I am useless anyway? Well, I had nothing to lose anyway. When you're at rock bottom, the only way you can go is up. I started studying a regretful 23 weeks before my national college entrance exams. Exams people usually take a year or more to study for. I went from perfect F's to A's and B's, doing well enough to get into a competitive college major. You know what fueled that maddening few weeks? Where I lost 5 kilograms, by the way. Desire to prove people wrong. And I did. Everybody was shocked I did so well, including me. Since when did I have such ability? I always had it, just I let people get to me and convince me I was nothing. From there I only went up. My confidence soared, I made good friends. I was the leader of several college clubs, I aced my banking internship, I got placed on the dean's list, I got accepted to a top university and headhunted by a renowned global European bank before even graduating college. And now, I started my own e-commerce dropshipping business because I was sick of seeing people exploit consumers for gains and wanted to deliver quality products worth what you pay for them, not charging ridiculous prices and earning a huge profit margin. Leave. Women's Statement Jewelry Store. The thing is, this is possible for everybody. You can take control of your life. Shut the voices and opinions out. Most of these people are only temporary in your life. Most don't actually care about you and try to beat you down to make themselves feel better about their own insecurities. But they are not you, and they don't know what you've been through, and their comments cut like a knife. Surround yourself with people you love who love you back. Start by being a positive, open-minded person because no one wants to stick with a toxic person. The change starts with you. You may be surprised at what you can do. Answer by Apurva. I take the following recourse. For the first alternative, Terry's a lovely poem by Rudyard Kipling that comes to mind. I'm sure most of you know it. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about. Don't deal in lies, or being hated. Don't give way to hating. And yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. If all men count with you, but none too much. In Britain, this temperament is known as having a stiff upper lip. A person with a stiff upper lip displays fortitude in the face of adversity, or exercises great self-restraint in the expression of emotion. Simply put, they do not show their feelings when they are upset. Of course, it is easier said than done. But I have found that it saves me from a lot of trouble later on. I walk away feeling a little more proud of myself that I did not give in to the temptation of uttering a biting, sarcastic reply or a 360-degree roll of my eyes. Moreover, often we tend to exaggerate little things, silly remarks and gestures, if we suspect that someone dislikes us. We become more observant and sometimes even paranoid. Our actions start to get affected by what they think of us. We try to put those people down by making them feel jealous or talking behind their back, hoping to turn others against them. In this case, what you need to do is to separate yourself from such feelings and actions. Try to hang out with a different set of people, or just act normally if you can't. Soon enough, if your behavior stands the test of time, the same people will warm up towards you. If they don't, well, it's not your loss. For the second recourse, you need to be ready for some unpleasant scenarios as well. If you discuss issues with such people overtly, some of them might become rude and defensive. Some might even deny everything outright and yet be forced to reconsider your thought process. The essential thing is to thaw the Cold War. Let them know you're approachable and open towards constructive criticism and a rational discussion of the matter. In most cases, people will change their attitude after they're confronted, since people generally want to be perceived as likable humans themselves. Nobody wants to be the bad guy in the scenario unless they are rightly and extremely hurt by your actions. If that is the case, apologize and get it over with. Source: https://n Wikipedia.org/wiki/street. If by Rudyard Kipling. Answer by Adesh Singh. I have learned one thing in life: you simply can't please everyone in the world. People are going to dislike you whatever you do, and even if you don't do anything at all, people are bound to hate you when you take stand on any matter. There is a lot of wisdom in the words of Winston Churchill. You have enemies? Good. That means you've stood up for something, sometime in your life. If you stop avoiding hatred by avoiding taking stands, you may reduce your enemies, but you may end up losing all your friends. Read this Aesop's fable. A great conflict was about to come off between the birds and the beasts. When the two armies were collected together, the bat hesitated which to join. The birds that passed his perch said, "Come with us." But he said, "I am a beast." Later on, some beasts who were passing underneath him looked up and said, "Come with us." But he said, "I am a bird." Luckily at the last moment peace was made, and no battle took place. So the bat came to the birds and wished to join in the rejoicings, but they all turned against him and he had to fly away. He then went to the beasts, but soon had to beat a retreat, or else they would have torn him to pieces. "Ah," said the bat, "I see now, he that is neither one thing nor the other has no friends." 1. Once you accept that some people are anyway going to dislike you, you are mentally prepared to minimize the hatred and dislike, rather trying to avoid it altogether. If you are disliked by all the people, there has to be some problem with you. Learn to find the issues with you and work hard to sort out those problems. Once you eliminate the problems in you, the same people would gradually start liking you. However, if some people like you and some people don't like you, you must avoid the company of those who don't like you and spend more time with those whom you like. This would make your life more comfortable and enjoyable. You must strive to develop emotional stability and emotional self-reliance. If you are strong emotionally and you can be happy all with yourself, no one can have the power to make your life miserable. Footnotes: 1. The bat, the birds, and the beasts. Aesop. 1909-14. Fables. The Harvard Classics.